And we're back. Yes. We're back with the B-side of Socially Irresponsible, the podcast. Thank y'all for tuning in. We had a little smoke break. We had to go smoke. We actually ate a lot of snacks. This motherfucker over here ate all my snackies.
You gave me 3.
She still eats.
Started off with 6, and you jacked me for 2. That was good me.
I did take a little bit. I don't really apologize. There's some more in there if you want. I'm trying to be hospitable and taking all your little snacks.
I'm trying not to get any gummies in my teeth while I'm talking.
Hey, I had to take my teeth out to eat, so don't feel bad.
I'm so bad.
But anyway, thank you for tuning in to
Get stuck too. You can't eat no sugar babies, huh?
Not at all. Tubi all over there.
We was at Corpus one time for a cheer competition. And Kyla was in the back eating some sugar babies or something. Uh-huh. She was like, "Oh, my mouth, like, whole tooth hanging out of my mouth. Like, we gotta pull that." No. Like, no, that thing gotta come out.
Gotta come out, baby. Nothing you can do.
She's never eating any sugar babies again.
Socially Irresponsible podcast. This is the B-side. I am Damien, a.k.a. Maverick, the Devil's Advocate.
It's your boy, KK.
Oh, okay.
That's it.
Don't be shy.
I'm not shy. I keep telling you that. No, but it's me, Shakia Gatson.
There you go.
The experience maker.
The experience maker. And that is our special guest of the evening. And if everybody has just tuned into the B-side, as you know, this is our serious side. This is when we get into the nitty-gritty and the...
Excuse you?
Is that cool? Hold on. This is when we get... I didn't forget it. I was going to say, this is when we get into the nitty-gritty of the... I don't know if I should say nitty-gritty, right?
Go for it.
And so if you just tuned in, this is the B-side where we get into the nitty-gritty. And also, if you're just tuning in, we have a very familiar voice in the background.
She mad now.
Hey.
I was trying to bring her in right to let you know, and then I was gonna boom surprise them.
Right, but you always forget. I
always know.
Looking right at you.
For real.
She's 100% right. I forget a lot, and then she always has to check me. But this time I wasn't gonna forget you, Bree.
If you was on camera, that wouldn't happen though. So
worry about yourself, okay?
Worry about yourself, Rose.
Worry about yourself.
Well, once again, thank everybody for tuning in to the B-side. This is where we're gonna talk. We have our sex coach here. We're not gonna talk about the communication. We're not gonna talk about any of this other stuff. She is
Popovich. She the Greg Popovich of the sex coaching. Come on, Coach Pop.
She ran a whole dynasty. She had a whole dynasty.
Not yet.
We're working on it, right?
Working on it.
Absolutely. So we're gonna speak on, like I said, we have some topics. We're gonna talk about. Let me go back and scroll up here. I'm over here like, what the hell? We're going to talk about double standards. Mm-hmm. We're going to talk about bisexual relationships. We're going to talk about sex with two.
Oh, yeah, you just made that up.
And we're going to talk about double standards. That is the men and women.
Did we do this?
in society.
That wasn't a topic?
Not at all. Relationship between two people. That's all. That's what I said last time. Man. But yeah. So we have a sex coach, and not just a sex coach. I'm giving her grief, but she's a communications expert, and she's and I gave you that expert because I think you deserve it. Because like she said, she's not someone that just woke up one morning and is like, you know what, I'm going to talk about communication, and I'm going to be an expert. She said she's had to go through classes and courses, and she's had to learn this the way anybody that is an expert in their field learns their shit.
Prison. Nigga go to prison, come on, I'm a coach, I know shit now, right?
No.
I read a book too. She went to prison and got 2 degrees.
Well, you know what? If you count the military, yeah, got a couple of those in there.
That'll work.
Bi-coastal.
Yeah.
Stop it.
Yeah.
Stop it.
Can we mute him?
Here we go.
There we go.
So anyways, that's what we're gonna talk about. We're gonna have a good show for you. Before we get into the show, Kay, let's give us our call to action, please.
Go to YouTube, Socially Irresponsible. Hit that bell. You will get notifications every time we go live. You have no issues finding us. What do they say? We didn't know y'all was on.
Yeah.
Hit that bell. You'll know everything.
They'll bug the shit out of you.
Follow us on Facebook, like Socially Irresponsible, the podcast. Catch us on the DSPs, Apple Podcasts, Pandora, Spotify, Podbean. We on everything, man. You just type in Social Irresponsible, you're going to find us. Subscribe, like us, love us, share us.
Radio.
We on iHeart too?
Nigga,
Tell somebody about
Kay.
it. Tell somebody to tell somebody about us.
Don't tell them. Grab their phone. Subscribe.
I'm gonna start doing that. You know what? I'm gonna start going to clubs. Put them on their cars.
You said that'd be hilarious, like flyers to the club. Subscribe to us. Subscribe to us. But no, come look for us, man, because the support is greatly appreciated. We have a great show lined up for you, like we do every week. And we're here for the conversation. That's it. We're here to have a conversation about conversations. Some of this stuff is gonna hit near deep and to your heart or whatnot. I was trying to think of something cool to say. I just totally forgot what the saying is. But some of it's gonna hit, some of it's not. But again, we're here to have the conversation. So there was this. I forgot his name. I really wish I would have got his name. The IG guy. So, and this is gonna go into this whole conversation we're gonna have right now is all basically one big conversation. Okay. There was a gentleman. Should we call him a gentleman?
Yeah, why not? We don't know him to be anything different.
Okay, and I think he handled the situation pretty decently. I would have probably smashed and then kicked her out. I got my flight's worth of it.
Everybody ain't like that. He probably like me. You know what I'm saying?
No, not doing that.
He didn't want to, you don't have to have sex all the time.
But he kicked
I just want somebody to love. Take it off my clothes.
Really? This is what we doing? This B-side look like? Okay.
So there's a gentleman who flew an IG model out to his place. When she got there, she wasn't quite what her pictures revealed to the world. She, in her picture, she was nice. She was real nice. She had a very voluptuous backside, poking out, like pokey, like it was pokey. And then her upside, very nice, well-rounded, not too big, but pretty good breasts.
Then she pulled up looking like Danny DeVito.
And then
looking like the penguin and shit.
No, she didn't look that bad. Oh my God.
You gotta get the fuck. You gotta go back to find Batman or something. If you don't get your ass back to Gotham,
I cannot. Yo.
Hey, holding the floor in from Gotham.
I cannot. She didn't look that bad.
No, she didn't look bad. She had a smaller waist in the pictures.
Yes.
And so that's her. And a lot of IG models. So how do you become an IG model? Is there like a course you got to take for that?
No,
or
you just post
some
pictures that people are gonna think is super sexy, and then they follow you and they think that
So who tells you you're an IG model? Like, how do you get that?
The public.
Is that what it is?
It ain't even the public.
Yourself.
The same way I made a Facebook page and set up my personality. You just say it. Say it, look.
No, but literally, people will not respect you saying you're an IG model unless you have a whole bunch of pictures that people's like, oh my God, yes, I love you. I wanna buy you this. What's your cash app? Let me send you this. Like, no. Yeah.
I need to get in the gym, dog. They just sending money because you look good.
They do.
That's it.
Oh,
They
man.
do. It's a whole
Being
nother
here
world.
doing a shirt with silk V-necks on and shit.
No, you're not.
I used to wear
I'm gonna
cutoffs.
go-
I used to wear cutoffs on the show. I used to wear cutoffs, not because of that, but
You over here third strapping.
I didn't think I was, but come to find out, my arms look pretty good on camera.
I cannot.
I used to come on this show looking wrong, like my
Cut
attire.
off t-shirt. I got you.
I'm a little white.
These little vests and shit. Like, come on, man. I thought you meant that's
Like
like you was in
Chico?
the clubs and stuff.
No,
Yeah,
I'm talking on the show. I had cutoffs and stuff. And
yeah, you did.
weird.
Just be sitting over here flexing it. Like,
Oh my God. Like, go that way.
yeah.
Stretching. Oh, yeah.
Like a wrestler. How you do it?
Stretching and shit. But but yeah, so he flew her out, and again, when he picked her up when she got to the hotel, she did not look that way. Her I saw the pictures. Her cheeks were long.
She got jowls?
I don't know what that is, but yes.
Like like the dogs, like
Oh
hound dogs?
yeah, her no, these cheeks, her butt cheeks.
I was like, wait, her cheek.
Da.
It's like a Sharpay.
Like, wait, what is wrong with you?
Her butt cheeks were long. Her waist wasn't as small as it was.
Long.
Yeah, they were like, see, like when you have a long cheeks butt, and then you get yoga pants and it pushes everything up. But then you take them off and they just
Boy, the
hang.
yoga pants are so deceptive.
FBI needs to do something about them yoga pants.
They be in them yoga pants. Like, oh my God, they take them off. Oh my God, whole different. Oh my God. Oh
You
my
could rob
God.
a bank in yoga pants and then take them off. They'll never be able to pick in a lineup.
Oh my God.
No idea who did that crime. Was that you?
Jason said a woman was selling her farts for $1,000 a jar.
Yeah.
How did the jar?
Selling her what?
Farts.
Oh,
Listen,
farts.
there's a whole nother fat life where people are making a lot of money doing some things that you be like, whoa.
So she came with the cheeks hanging long, waist ain't what it was, hair not as nice as it was in the pictures. What would you do? Okay, if someone came out there, you flew her out.
I don't got the money to fly nobody to me.
Well, let's pretend like you had the money to fly somebody out. You flew somebody out, so you understand how important that $385 is, and you got her that ticket to come spend the whole weekend with you.
I don't know why I just thought it was more expensive than that to fly somebody.
It's not. That's what I'm saying. Like,
Really?
I could fly from here to Dallas to Chicago for like $50 Southwest.
Let me get on Instagram real quick.
What you doing the weekend of?
right.
I got a whole itinerary set up for you.
I don't know, man, because I got a heart, though. I don't know if I could just be like... I don't blame stuff on my kids to get out of situations, so I would have to...
Shit,
Yes, he
my
does.
kids got
Yes,
me.
No,
out of
I
all
don't.
kinds
No,
of
I don't put that... my daughter's sick, I can't go. Nah, then she be really sick the next day. Like, I don't...
Okay, I get
She
it.
was
I don't
gonna
put
get
that
sick
juju on my...
Shit.
What would I do?
I allow my kids all the time.
Work, you know what I'm saying? Work came up. You know what I'm saying? You got... Really? Send you back, yeah.
She wasn't unattractive at all when she showed up. She wasn't like just hideous. She was the same woman. She was just like those pictures were a year or two ago. You know?
That's on him, though, for Che. He should have scrolled newer.
Thank you. I was about to say, you know how you was talking about, I like the victim blame? He was, why have you not FaceTime this woman to see what she actually look like before you sent her?
Yeah.
Like, you should have been FaceTiming her, at least seen her up close and personal. Like, yo, let me see what you look like for real.
Exactly.
I don't know. I wonder what I would do. I think I would.
You'd have knocked it down.
She was there for a job. Money was spent.
Yeah, I mean,
It was a job.
I mean, she didn't come to hang out. She didn't like my bubbling personality. I mean, what do you think she came down there for? It's just like those situations to where if a woman does come out there to meet a man, and then, you know, you would assume that she's going to have sex with you. And then all of a sudden she comes down and she's like, well, we could just hang out. I don't want to have sex with you. Then what?
but shouldn't that be established ahead of time? Like, this is what the intent is. I don't think you should assume that somebody just because you decide you want to buy them a ticket, like.
But if it
wanna fuck.
is set, she also has the right to change her mind, right?
Absolutely.
So then if she changes her mind in those same type situations, because she's like, well, I thought you were more attractive than I thought you were. Now I see you. And she's like, I'm just not going to have sex with you now.
You definitely
Right.
gonna fly your way back. I'm not flying you back.
But see, like,
You can't turn me down and think I'm gonna pay for you to get back home.
Well,
you know what I mean? But that's the same thing in the same sense on the flipping. Like, so it's just crazy to where people are looking at this and people are thinking that he's rude and he shouldn't have flew her down for that. Now he didn't just tell you, bitch, leave. He just said, turn back around, get to the airport, you're going home. He just didn't want to spend his weekend. He was like, I could have
nah, but I heard it. It was like,
wasted these $400 on my sister or something.
so that's what I mean. I guess when you throw the extra sauce on it, you could have just said, like, simply, you not what I thought you was gonna be, and I should have did more research. But you got
That New York came out. I heard the New York.
I heard the New York right
That
there.
New York came out.
Okay.
New York totally extra sauce on
Dead
it.
ass. Like, dead ass.
Hey.
She like dead ass.
Yeah, no, I heard that.
Yeah, but no, like, I mean, you could have just said, like, nah, you're not my flavor. You're not what I thought you was. I'm gonna make sure you get back, but you're not for me.
Yeah.
But you didn't have to. He gave it to her.
Well, the thing
all
is,
the way down the hotel walkway.
you saw it, right?
Yeah.
He was like, you're not. What is this? And she had the pictures. Like,
I'm gonna have to go watch it. I
He
didn't
didn't
click
have
on
to
it.
belittle her like that.
Yeah.
That's what Kimmy just said. I think he went too far when he posted her.
the posting is like the baby situation. Like that's just too much. I don't understand why people are doing fucked up shit and posting it, right? If I do fucked up shit, you're just gonna hear about it from somebody else. And by the time the story gets to you, it's not gonna be the original fuck up. It's gonna be pretty bad. But it's not gonna be that, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, and that's the thing, like, I don't know. I don't think what he did was wrong. Again, as everyone is saying, you know, he went to a little extreme. But you have to understand he's validated for what he did, because she's literally posing herself as something she isn't, right? Again, he has no business going on IG pulling models. That's another whole dog ass shit. That's another conversation, right?
Okay.
And then as he does that, like, wouldn't she have an obligation?
No,
to
they're
be
not in a contract.
But I'm just saying, she's a service at this time. He's paying for a service at this. Let's be honest, guys. Let's be honest. This is how IG models get paid, right? He is paying for a service.
Okay.
If I go to Chick-fil-A and my fucking Chick-fil-A has pickles on it and I didn't want those extra pickles on it, that's just too much sauce for me. I didn't want none of that on it. I have the right to demand my money back or get another meal.
Okay, but you also have the opportunity to check out your meal before you exit. He could have looked at her before she got there and said, nah, I'm going to keep my bread in my pocket.
How many times has a commercial enticed you to get a meal or a picture on a billboard and you got that meal?
It never looks
and
like
that
it.
Whataburger wasn't really that Whataburgery.
Yeah.
So then he shouldn't have been surprised if she didn't look the way that she looked.
Yeah, so I'm saying, but he has the right to want a refund or to take back his merchandise that he paid for. And he did that. But let's be honest, when you pose yourself as an IG model, and it's not really a career, guys. Like, let's be honest. It's not really are you making money? Yes, but it's not a career. It's what would you call it?
If they don't have to work on a regular job, it's a career. Shit.
But is it?
Yeah.
Man.
It's a hustle.
And I heard Nori talk about
a career only is just a length of time.
Nori was talking about Instagram models, how a couple of his homeboys flew something out. He was like, bro, she was just flown out by such and such.
Yes.
Like the same dudes be flying the same girls out, man.
That's it. Until they're used up or until there's another one that's out there. And then, of course, and that's probably what this girl was. This is probably the last time she's being flown out. Her
No,
career
she gonna get somebody else.
Yeah, but
She just gonna get the money up front.
they're not going to the Ritz. They're going to Motel 6, though. That's where she's ended up. She's not getting the extravagant.
Nah, ain't nobody going inside no Motel 6.
Motel 6s are nice. They're not what they used to be anymore.
Oh boy.
Nah,
Motel 6.
bringing your own sheets to a Motel 6. I'm here to check in. Like, what's all this Walmart? Like, comforter, sheets, towels. Look, I just need the bed frame, man. I don't need nothing else y'all got in this motherfucker. I'm not putting that shit on my skin. I'm picky like that at work when they send us out. Like, bro, look, oh no, sir, I'm not staying in this shit. What's wrong? Nah,
this ain't for me.
I can't lay on this, man.
That's funny.
Go find a hotel you want to stay at. All right, I'm gonna get a suite. I need a kitchen in my shit.
Damn far.
Oh, they be mad when I do that shit. Look.
Kiki, I think you try to get fired from your job and see how much you can push, how many buttons you can push.
I be pushing buttons, boy. Say, that cause my boss, my homeboy. Shit.
Kiki, they will fuck around and say, nigger. Kiki, what?
They gonna open up on a Sunday just to...
We're sorry, sir.
But the owner of the company, real quick, oh, white guy, right? So he always say cocksucker. That's just his word. So
White guy.
I get to Houston, right? He's like, you fucking cocksucker. I'm like, what's up? You been using my hotel points. I check in, you know what I'm saying? They asked me who points to put them on. I was like, I just give them mine. Just transfer that shit to me. I think I got about 80,000.
Kiki is trying to get fired from his motherfucking place. Jeez. That is funny.
It was a good Holiday Inn points, man. Like, when the motherfucker said Aspire, some squire on shit at my name. He like, why is your name on there? He was standing there too, like, why the fuck is your name on there? Like,
he was standing there too.
It was me.
Yeah.
They know.
Yeah, like, sorry, sir. Like, won't happen again.
Kiki, you trying to get out of there.
I'm a habitual hotel. Every time they put me in the room, yeah, I'm going to kill Wiz Point. Like, what?
But yeah, that's the thing, man. I just think that I don't think it's that bad, man.
No, it's not. I don't think it's bad. I think he did what he needed to do, and she did what she needed to do. I mean, she was lucky that, you know, he paid for her to go back.
That's the thing. It would have been a bigger story had she done had no money and had to find a way back home.
I don't think it should have been a story at all.
It's not. You know, people make stories about
People say no to people all the time.
Yeah.
But again, when you say no to a woman, it's completely different than saying no to a man. It's this whole fragility. Fragility, is that what?
Okay, you talking about their how fragile their state is?
How fragile we assume women are.
So let me ask you this question because
I get it.
Yeah, because you said how fragile women are.
How people make women. I don't think women are fragile.
So I guess my question to you is on a deeper level. When you say how fragile we portray women to be, women are not out here killing people because they're getting denied.
So there's a very award-winning show
called Snapped.
Snapped.
Have you heard of it?
No.
Have you heard of it?
Okay, so again, that is different. These are women that...
Oh, that's different.
No, and I'm going to explain to you. Because on Snap, these are people that are usually, most of the time, in relationships. Something has gone wrong. Somebody has cheated. Somebody has left somebody. I'm talking about men, and I'm not saying all men, because I'm not a man basher, but there are men that cannot take rejection. And so they are killing women simply because you didn't want to give them your number, or you didn't want to take their advance, or because you didn't say. It's happening all over the place.
The New York shit was really
popping these beautiful women that are just not like some. I know a lot of women that are like, yo, I need to just take this number just because I don't want I don't want the smoke to go with it.
Here, answer this phone number.
And they do. They will call
you right now. Let me. Your phone better ring.
I want to see it ring. You be like, fuck.
Hold on, let me give you a different number real quick.
There's a real close friend of mine, and I tell the story all the time, and it's sad, but it's kind of messed up. She's been raped multiple times. It's stupid and ridiculous. She has gotten to the point to where I love this girl. Like, she's a real friend. She's gotten to the point to where when she's in situations with men, she will let them have sex with her.
So she doesn't have to.
Because that is better than being raped.
Oh, that's tough.
So she assumes that every situation she has with a guy, he was going to rape her if she says no. Mm-hmm. So even if she doesn't want to, she allows it to happen. Again, because that is better than being raped.
Mm-hmm.
That's tough.
I understand men are shitty. Not men are shitty, people are shitty. And I understand, you know, how women get afraid of men because of the damage that we can do, so to speak. And I guess no woman deserves that at all. Mm-hmm. And when she told me that, it like, as we were talking about, I'll never understand that.
What they thinking?
How she feels in situations with a man, because she feels I will never understand that unless I was in prison, because I'm not the biggest guy out there. And if they want my booty hole, they're just gonna take that shit.
Let me ask Kimmy something. She said it happens. Ask women how often we have caved in after repeatedly saying no. Like caved in to giving your number out, or caved in to having sex?
Both, probably.
I feel bad because I've been in situations. No, I didn't even tell them no a lot. I was like, you know, maybe we shouldn't. They're like, okay, Damien. I'm joking. Sorry.
I'm like, where are we going with this?
But yeah, no, like women will more often than not in their lifetime have to concede to something that they don't really want to do just so that they don't have to worry about the consequences later. No,
and I get it, and that's a horror. Like I said, again, something I'll never have to worry about. Something that I hope I'll never have to worry about, and that's something that sucks that women have to worry about. There's no way around it. Mm-hmm. You know, and it just sucks. As we were talking about the situation from earlier, I put someone in a situation that they're worried about shit like that, so it's weird. But I think when it comes to, you know, I don't know. I think it's. I feel, and I'm not gonna say it.
Why not?
Because I'm not gonna say it because it's I don't want to be insensitive to people that have had situations to where, you know, the
Someone
outcome
has violated them.
Exactly. But I've talked about this on the show several times, and I'm not gonna talk about it. It's just a shitty situation.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a very shitty situation, and we just have to do better. I always think that, you know, we have to police others because others don't always police themselves.
Mm-hmm.
There's there's situations that we can do better and not put ourselves in, if that makes any sense. Now, of course, you can't protect yourself from everything, but there are situations that you can decrease the percentage of trouble from happening. Does that make sense?
That makes sense. I get it.
And it just sucks that that's the way life is, and it sucks that that's shit that people have to do, but we also have to understand the reality of it all.
Okay. I get where you were trying not to be insensitive.
You know what I mean?
I get it.
So, did I do good? We were talking about my tact and my delivery. Was I fucked up still?
You did good, but at the same time,
You can't say I did good and then say but.
No,
that means I totally
can-
fucked off.
No, you didn't, because you didn't fuck off, because you totally acknowledged that you can't control every situation. So you did good in that aspect. The only thing that I would have kind of cut off a little bit is when you said, you know, like, but you can do things to kind of minimize that. And the reality of it is a violator is going to violate, and it doesn't really matter the situation. They're going to find a way to violate somebody if that's what's on their agenda. It might not be you because you rolled with a crew, but if somebody wants to violate you, they're going to do it. And all you can do is try to defend yourself as much as possible.
And again, 100% true. Like, you know, you do the best you can to make sure you're not the one being violated. That's all I'm saying. Again, if they're going to violate, they're going to violate. That's the truth. Let's do the best to make sure you're not that person. And it's very shitty. You know, my daughters, you know, I have 2 girls, and I want them to put themselves in the best situation. Again, you know, things are going to happen. I'm a firm believer that shit happens. And when shit happens, There's nothing you can do to prevent shit from happening. But when it comes to, like, you know, even men, we put ourselves in bad situations too. It's not just a woman's situation. We do the same thing. And it's like, you know, if we would have took better precautions, we wouldn't be in this situation. So it goes for everyone. It's not just a situation for women. It's not just for situations for people who've been violated. This is a life conversation.
Yeah.
This
I have a son, and for me, the biggest fear is, for me, one, him being in a space where he's truly doing nothing wrong and someone hating on him or not really liking what he's doing and accuse him of something, whether it's a crime of against another person sexually or otherwise, like just being in a space where somebody doesn't want to see you be great and fuck up your whole life. Like, that's a real fear for me. Like,
as a mother with sons.
Yeah, I have one son, and he's only 5 right now, but like literally that is a real fear.
Sure ain't worried about him dropping dick. He's 5.
No, listen, seriously.
No, I get him.
Because you really have to teach kids very young, because if you were being real honest about it, like, young black children are not treated the same in school systems or just around. So honestly, once he hit 12, they can look at him like he's a grown-ass man.
Really?
Stop playing.
Black kids ain't treated the same.
Listen, 12 years old, they will look at my son like he's a grown-ass man if he does something that they feel like he shouldn't have done to somebody.
He a little nigger.
Yeah.
He a little, again, it sucks, but and it's see, these are conversations I would love to have when it comes to shit like this, because again, everybody wants to place blame, man or woman, this, that, and the third. You know, I don't think people understand that, you know, as women have issues with things and being victimized, men also go through that type of situation. There's not one sexual encounter that we've had that could not have been considered rape. And the reason why it could have been considered rape is she simply said you raped her.
Facts.
You know, it has nothing to do with what really happened. It could just be because
she ain't like it. She had regret sex.
Not just that, she got pissed off at you and you really hurt her feelings. and she wants to get back at you. And it could be an innocent type situation where it comes out that you did nothing, but nigga, you have a whole allegation of rape on your jacket now.
That you have to prove that you didn't do it. And there's really no way to prove that you didn't unless it was video.
It'd be it'd be the weirdest shit. Me and my homeboy, this had to be, I'm probably 20, 21 years old. We at some female's house. We don't even know they got boyfriends. And this is another thing that stems to me to where I always tell my kids, do that shit here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Her boyfriend walks in, she start crying rape on my nigga. I'm like, oh no, we met y'all at the club and came here. Like, ain't nobody raping y'all. Like,
Yeah.
Like, that was her first fucking, like, he raping me. I'm like, bro, we gotta get the fuck up out of here, man. Like,
and there's nothing you can do about it because from that time, you're this horrible human being.
Yeah.
And you're spending the rest of your time, for however long it's going to last, defending yourself.
Trying to, yeah.
And even if you do defend yourself, you
There's still
have
somebody
that
It's still
that's-
labeled. It's
Yeah.
still labeled on you.
you still have that stigma over you.
You
Yeah.
can't get that off of you.
And that's an ugly feeling. I've always said that if women are found not
They gotta do some time.
they gotta be penalized.
Yeah.
If you're a woman and the response is, well, it's gonna make women afraid to come forward if they get raped.
No, it's not. It's
gonna
gonna
make
stop
women
people from-
afraid
Just to lie.
that they're doing it.
Tell your daddy you was with that black boy. He did not rape you. You know what I'm saying? Don't do that shit. Like, please stop doing that shit.
Yeah, and again, that's the hard conversation to have, and that's the conversation that people are like, but it's one that needs to be had. Like, men go through shit too. Like, and at the end of the day, like I've always said before, no one gives a fuck about our feelings.
Yeah.
No one cares that we're supposed to be tough enough to handle it. We're supposed to be grown enough to handle our emotions and handle our feelings. And we're supposed to be superhuman enough to understand how to act in these situations. But the thing is that as we're supposed to be superhuman on how to act, you have to understand no one is teaching us how to act in these situations.
Yep.
So where are we getting these skills from as into how to act in these X, Y, and Z situations? There's no men out here teaching us this shit. Like people are teaching women how to do everything in their life, whether it's wrong or not. But you're getting information from somewhere about how to date, who to date, the guys you look for, the guys you want to date. What is being taught to the men out there?
So I'm not going to say you're not being taught. I'm going to say you're being taught by people that are ill-informed. So you're getting generationally taught, but you're getting taught. Unfortunately, you're just not being taught by people that are then going back and doing some emotional growing and saying, hey, bro, I taught you some real fucked up shit before. Let's go back and revisit that. That was wrong.
Or not just being taught that. You know how we're being taught? And Kay, me and Kay own up to this all the time. You see a very attractive, cute little boy. You're gonna have all the little girls when you get older.
That's about, and them bar two when you get older.
Yeah, you gonna have all the girls.
Shit. Yeah.
And then you see an attractive woman. You're gonna make a nice wife. You're gonna be a beautiful woman.
Yeah.
You know,
but you know why people do that? Because they don't want to sound like creepy. Like if some people actually said what they think, like they see like
you're gonna be fucking all them niggas.
like yo, she gonna be getting all the dudes. Like it's what did I hear the other day? Like somebody saying thick. Like you calling a girl thick. It's like
that's weird.
Yeah, you're just saying
you sexualize her whole body.
Yeah.
That's just weird.
But when you say like a little boy, like, oh, he's cute or whatever, like you're sexualizing him, but you're just doing it in a nicer way. Like, oh, you're gonna get all the chicks. Like, you're not saying, oh, you got a great personality. Oh, your 1+1s are really hitting it this time. Like, no, you're not doing that. You're sexualizing them, but in a nicer way.
No, and the thing is, as you're sexualizing in a nice way, it's like no one cares. It's like,
stop saying no one cares.
well, when I say no one, nothing is a totality conversation. But when I sit here and say nobody, it's like the majority.
Okay.
Because the way we treat men, it's like everybody wants men to be men, but no one is schooling us and informing us how to be men. Women are you talk about single parent households with women that are raising these young men. Women have no idea what it is to be a man.
True.
And not only do they not have an idea how it is to be a man, they're not even putting their young men around other men to understand what it is, whether it's your grandpa, whether it's a close friend, whether it's somebody that is a positive role model or somebody that can be a positive figure. Not be right, not to be perfect to this little boy, but at least teach him the ropes and let him learn, even if it's learning by what you see.
Okay.
Because a lot of people learn vicariously, believe it or not. and this is how generational curses end, by seeing something and wanting better, and also being educated again, because you know better, you do better, right?
Right.
So
you don't necessarily do better. You just know better.
It takes a special type of person to want to do better, if that makes any sense. But knowing better is the key to it all.
Yes.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
And then once you figure out you know better, then you do better. And I think that's important because, man, we're lost. As a whole, man, I'm 39 years old and I'm just now figuring shit out. Kay is 32, and I know he's in the process of learning shit as well.
Shit, okay. Like, nigga, the whole grandkid, nigga. I started early, you know what I'm saying? I'm 45.
I mean, like, who says that? I mean, as a society, who says that at 39 that's old? Like, who gives you those numbers that says like,
I'm perfect?
No, I'm old. I get up in the morning. I got to stretch. I'm old. I got to stretch before I hit that.
No, but what I'm talking about is in terms of knowledge and gaining
knowledge.
Stuff. Like you know, like that's actually pretty young.
It is.
No, it's very young. I mean, because if you think about it, I didn't become smart till I was in my early to mid 30s.
Yeah.
Like I was a fucking moron in my 20s, right? I didn't know who I was when I was, born in my high school time. I didn't even know what life was at that time. When I got into my 20s, I realized like shit. That's when I knew I was dumb in my 20s. That's when I realized I was dumb, right? And then in my 30s, that's when I learned some shit. You know what I mean? And that's when I realized like this learning shit is actually kind of freaking dope.
Yeah,
and
it never ends.
It never ends. And I always tell people like everybody wants to be an adult, but nobody really wants to play that role. When you're young, I'm gonna be an adult. And it's like, okay, if you want to be an adult, let's act like adults. Everybody wants to be grown, but nobody wants to act grown. Grown people don't move like this. Grown people don't discuss and have conversations like this. Grown people, they just handle their business differently.
Yes.
And everybody wants to be grown.
Until you got to be grown.
But nobody really wants to be grown.
Dumbest shit I ever said as a kid. Dumbest shit I ever said.
Yeah. And everybody else looking at you like, oh, for real?
Yeah.
Slow down, be a kid. I was telling my kid, be a kid. You don't want these problems.
That's not what you want. And like the woman that'd be like we always talk about this shit too. I got an attitude, nigga. Nobody never to talk to me like that. Like I'm go off. Like when was that like the play? Like when was that ever like the thing to do? And when was that ever like an attribute to? You know what I mean?
Cool.
Yeah.
What to not have to deal with?
Like, oh, yeah, you know what I mean? Like, oh, I got nigga better not say to me. I go off on this little hoe ass nigga. Bitch, like, relax.
You know where that comes from? That comes from a lot of women having to be strong for too long by themselves, and it's like that is really a defense. Like, in a lot of people don't really take the time to look at that as truly a defense. Like, yo, I'm going to be able to stand up with you toe to toe, word for word, so that I can, what do you say? Like, look bigger than I actually am.
Yeah.
Like, I'm fluffing myself up so that you know that at the end of the day, like, I can hold my own.
But you can't.
So
Not
if
you.
if we're talking about in a physical aspect, you're absolutely right. There are very few women that can go toe to toe with a man.
Most of those women that act like that can't hold themselves up in a mental capacity neither.
No, they can't. But for them, it's
I'm talking
survival.
more of a mental, like intellect type.
But for them, they've never even gotten to that point. Like they're still in a survivor's mindset.
Yeah,
they're not looking at it. Well, do I sound emotionally sound? They're like, no. Like I'm gonna get through this situation where I no longer feel like you're a threat. That's it.
No, and I mean, I get why it exists. I totally understand. I just think it's one of those things to where it's like, it's we could do so much better.
You can't be earned and then be like, be gentle. You just roared like a lion. No, don't ever do that. Don't ever do that.
Y'all don't like my wrist pop. Why don't you like my wrist pop?
That's not a thing.
First of all, it's not a thing.
It's not a thing at all.
If you're shooting a ball like that, like
you're gonna miss.
No.
yeah.
But the
every
wrist,
single time.
the flick of the
hitting
wrist.
the
What you know about shooting a ball? You're a whole woman over here. Fuck out of here.
What you trying to say?
Right? You right.
You who?
Cam. No, I don't.
She's from New York.
That's
Them
what
niggas
Cam.
No.
Remember Cam
I don't
Newton did?
I don't hoop at all.
You sound like Cam Newton. It's just weird. You remember when he said that? Just hear the women talk about football. Talk about running routes.
And people were fucking offended by it.
That nigga lost endorsements when he said that.
But he didn't, it would have caught me off guard too. And it's crazy. Like he was just caught off guard. Was it a stupid comment? I mean, it wasn't really stupid. I mean, half the dudes that he talks to don't.
I mean, because she was like, "How you feel about such and such running a Z route?" And he was like, "It's just weird."
But the thing,
hearing the women say running routes, he really lost like Gatorade. Like, he's lost a lot of stuff.
But I feel like that's part of people being scared. Like there's a such thing as being too sensitive too fast. Like
cancel culture is not about the issue; it's about losing
dollars.
You got Candy messed up. Candy say women can ball.
Well, Candy, nigga, you also about 6'9" too.
Candy ain't that tall. Candy Johnson.
Oh, not Candy, you little.
Her daughter can go though. She a freshman.
For real?
I think she on varsity. I think she on varsity.
Well, Candy, we ain't talking about you.
That's why she say women can ball. Her daughter can ball.
Hey, tell your daughter to come over here. I'll cross her ass up.
Yeah, right. I think she can beat you.
Don't tell that.
I think she can beat you. I wouldn't even play no kids. But I got a temple say like my son beat me and I'm ready to take your glasses off.
Word, you can't take an L?
I cannot take one.
Well, then you shouldn't be playing.
I don't even play no more.
No, after he couldn't catch that ball, he was done. That was the last game he played. But now, I will play your daughter though, Kenny. Don't get it twisted. But it ain't to warp her. I just like competing. But I'm joking. I know women can play. My favorite basketball player is Terry Ossie.
Terry who?
For the
Tarasi.
Oh, I was like, who is Terry?
I thought Terry was a first name and Ossie. I was like Terry Ossie.
Terry.
Terry Ossie.
No, that's the last name.
I know Diana.
She couldn't. Oh my gosh, she hoop. Like I really like her. I would love to meet her one day.
Okay. Put it out there.
No, she.
Katie said she threw the ball in the street because her daughter was winning.
For real?
See, that's childish.
Made her go get that.
Got no money by 100 balls, little mother.
Really?
Go get your ball, little old nigga.
Are we quoting movies
Throw
right
the ball.
now?
Get that little nigga the ball back.
I think I'm better than my son. I just can't beat him because he's like 6'4". He just block everything out.
Then you're not better.
If you can't get your shot off.
He just tall. I just can't get my shot off.
Look, I'd assume you hoop. That's dope.
No,
Real talk.
Yeah, no, I don't hoop.
You don't hoop, so you're not just capping and trying to be like whatever.
No, I don't hoop.
Are you interested in sports?
I like volleyball. My daughter's a soccer player.
Volleyball's a dope fucking sport.
Yeah.
Brianna plays a little bit.
Yeah. A little bit.
Volleyball is the shit.
Play volleyball?
We're older now. We don't really play. I mean, we don't really play any sport that we used to, like we used to.
Right.
We all play shit a little bit. But yeah, so anyway, I don't know how we got into that long ass tangent. But
it happens.
It happens all the time. But so what do you think the dating preference is between men and women? Like how do you look at that? Again, we talked about vagina skin. And we had a preference conversation about that. And
I just threw up in my mouth a little bit.
Oh my God, really?
Bushes.
That's exactly what that was.
Bush is chicken, guys,
Bush
not
is
Bush
chicken.
hairs.
Yeah, that's nasty.
Not Harry Bush. It was chicken.
I don't do that.
But
that's a preference.
So when it comes to preference, like what is your preference for when it comes to men? Don't cancel us on our opinions, please. Let's just have this conversation.
Overall, because I am married, I feel like
twice.
No.
Stop it.
Oh, okay, not
twice.
No, not to buy. You know what? You know what? Do better. Do better on yourself. No, do better. But no, like I feel like men should be Arby's. Roast beef? Shut up.
That's in the comments.
What is that?
Ken Turner.
I'm like,
That's
Jesus
funny.
Christ.
We got the meats.
Yeah, no, see, y'all not gonna do my fellow ladies like that. No,
That should be the slogan of women.
In the club. You got the meats? I do. Yo.
Nah, but forget it. Nah, I'm good. Yeah, y'all too, but like, nah, I'm good.
I'm good. I wouldn't say that.
Preference.
You gotta try
Humor.
once.
I'll find it in the motherfucker.
No, see, no.
Stop playing the
no. Humor. Have like a dreamer. Like to me, it's important to dream about things. Like to see things bigger than yourself.
Okay.
Yeah.
Emotionally stable and mentally stable, and they're two different things.
Yeah. Damn, mentally stable?
Hell yeah.
You over here doing fucking background checks on people, huh?
No, I feel like you can tell if somebody.
You can tell
is
from
mentally
conversation. Nigga, you
unright.
crying? Say like, nigga, you crying?
Yeah, no, I feel like you can tell, and a lot of times we don't pay that as much respect as we should. Like we see red flags and we're like, oh, we can change it.
That stuff can't be passed.
Like,
I hate red flags.
Nah. Why?
I'll let you finish your preference. And I'll go into that.
So have a good understanding of their family life. That to me lately has been extremely important.
Whether it's positive or negative, just understanding what it is.
Understanding where a person came from.
They don't have to come from a good life background. Just as long as you understand the shit that you're putting on everyone.
Yes.
And try to understand you need to stop doing that shit.
Yeah, understand where they come from so that when things pop up, you know exactly where it's coming from.
Okay. Again, I think those are very, very, very similar to mine. I mean, I think that's more of a human thing, personality.
But people don't do that research
until it's too late. It's too late and you in there stuck.
I'm a vetter. I've been known for vetting people. I'll vet people for quite some time until I make sure that it is, because I don't think people really understand how long it really takes to know people. And the reason why it takes long to know people is because you don't go through these different emotions and situations daily. Like there's things that you may go through once every 4 years type shit,
Listen, once in a lifetime.
That too.
We were just talking out during the break, and you like a parental death of a child, like financial hardship. These things is not like you having them every week. But they really give you a good indicator of what a person is about or what kind of struggles they deal with when they come up.
Yeah, and I'm real big, and people don't like to vet. People always see people in and out of relationships, 3 and 4 year, and it's like, I get it, but it's like, and again, I date differently, right? But when I say I date, because when you're dating, you're dating. Mm-hmm. There's dating and then there's dating exclusively.
Are you dating with a purpose?
Yeah. I mean, I'm dating to figure out what the purpose is. I don't just meet someone and be like, yes, we're going to see if this works out. We have to figure some shit out, right? So if I meet you, I would like to like you. Let's try to become friends. Let's try to like each other first, right? And then, if it goes well, then we can figure it out on a deeper level. Okay. And then if that goes well, then we can talk about dating exclusively to where it's just you and me, and I'm not entertaining nobody else out there.
Okay, so is this a process that can take years to evolve?
It could take months. It takes as long as it takes for me to see that it's going both ways. And a lot of things like, I also think that men should come to the table with wants as well. I think men's feelings and wants should also be needed, not just it going one way to where a man is trying to be there for her and satisfy her needs and wants. And it's like, nigga, you'll get your shit after you give me what I want.
So do you feel like that? Do you feel like that happens a lot? Because for me, I see it the other way. I feel like a lot of women conform to what they think the dude wants because the pool, listen, hear me out. No. Because the pool for men, of quality men that are not walking around here with a whole bunch of shenanigans is real small. Mm-hmm. So women are more inclined to conform to what they think the dude will want in order to get him, but then they can't maintain that because it's not really who they are.
I hate that, and you'll hear about that. I don't want someone to conform to be with me because I'm not going to conform to be with you.
Right.
We can talk compromise when we get to that point, but as far as I'm going to be me, I need you to be you, because if I can't vet you if you're not being you. Does that make sense?
Yes, but then you run the risk, and not for me because I'm okay with being by myself, but there are a lot of women that feel like their time clock is whether they want to have children, whether they want to experience marriage, whether they want to, they just don't want to be alone. And so am I good enough? Is me who I am as a person good enough for people to want to invest that type of life with?
So then at that point, are you with me because you care about me, or because you care about a relationship and marriage and having a kid by a certain time?
Listen, the honest answer is a lot of women just want to experience these things. And so it's not necessary. If they choose you and that is the space that they're in, you are probably the lesser of evils.
And I get it. But at some point, first of all, I get that. And that's what I don't like, because I think highly of myself. We've talked about this. As a grown-ass man, I should think highly of myself. Not being unrealistic with what I think. Like being in a very realistic situation, I think highly of myself.
Okay.
I don't want to be a place setter, if that makes any sense. I want to be chosen. I want to be worthy for your time. I want you to be worthy of my time. I don't want to meet someone and it's like, we'll do this until it goes sour. Like, I expect shit to go sour.
It's a waste of time.
Because that's what happens in relationships. Shit's going to go sour. And I want to know that we'll fight to get it back. And I want to know that you feel like I'm worth it and I know that you're worth it. Like, people think I don't believe in marriage and real relationships. The thing is I don't believe in bullshit relationships. And that's what I see a lot. Okay. If I'm with somebody, we're going to be together for quite some time.
Okay.
Like, it's not like, I don't need marriage. I need a forever companion.
Okay.
And I think that is bigger than marriage. But again, when I said it doesn't make sense, and it's just a hard conversation to have, and it's just weird. I don't know how we got into this shit. I'm like,
crying. Shit.
It's just
like I'm on Oprah like a motherfucker. I'm over like Tom Cruise, nigga. I thought we was talking about my new movie. What the fuck? Shit. But no, I mean, it's just one of those things to where, back to preferences, man. We got your preferences.
You got my preference.
We got your preferences.
Yeah.
Cake ate, no roast beef. We got your preference.
Yeah.
I'm just.
So you don't mind roast beef?
I don't mind
He
at
does
all.
mind roast beef.
I don't mind.
You don't mind roast beef? All right.
On some bread.
on some Wonder Bread. On some Texas toast Wonder Bread.
I mean, as far as
Cake, you don't do Wonder Bread first and foremost.
No, he looks like he do potato bread.
I ate wine.
Whoa.
Did you? Whoa. Did you?
Whoa. So what are your preferences?
I think. What are my preferences? I'm real big on like
boobs.
Number of baby daddies. Like,
he's true. That's not a joke.
Right, yeah. So you can't have a lot of baby daddies. Like you can't have. Like
What's your ratio? You have a ratio?
Do I have a ratio? What's my ratio?
Like, you said you can't have more than 2 baby daddies and like 6 kids or something like that. Like,
yeah, you can have a lot of kids if it's with the same dude. Like,
okay.
I'm not with all these. Like, KK is stuck. KK is stuck. KK is fucking stuck. Trying to watch what the fuck I say. I don't even care. Like, you can't have a lot of baby daddies. You know what I'm saying? You can't be ran through. Look, that's just off top.
That nigga's preference
So what
is
happens
the
if they
shallowest
ran
shit.
through? Yeah, I'm about to say, like, what happens if they ran through in another city and you don't never know?
That's different.
Okay,
I
you
go to
just
another
can't
city,
see
you be
him.
ran
Okay.
through. Yeah, I can't be. Hey, Billy, you hugging 16 niggas. Like, God damn, nigga. How many people you finna hug? And I know them hugs because I give them to girls that I fuck. So, like,
I know them hugs.
it be the same hug I give a girl I fuck. You're like, come on now.
Kelvin there inspecting hugs.
It's like
Sitting there like this.
that was a chest hug. That was a chest hug.
Yeah.
Why didn't you get a nigga get hip? Why you give me a whole frontal? Come on, give me that hip next time.
Yeah, what is ran through? Oof, Lord.
See,
a lot.
On the hot seat, man. What's up, man?
Yeah.
This shit. What's your body count? I answer. I'll let you know if you ran through.
Go ahead, and start running down. Go ahead, and start running down your ticker like a Squid Game. Go ahead.
What's your body count, Kay?
That's true.
I
I don't know that. I never counted.
Point them out and I'll tell you if I hit or not, but I don't know the specific number.
Okay, now like
No personality, just as long as you ain't been ran through.
I mean, I have enough personality for the both of us. You know what I'm saying?
He's like as long as you ain't knock off one of my friends, and as long as you ain't got multiple baby daddies, we good.
Look, he ain't even dispute the first one. I don't know.
Yeah. Personality. I mean, shit. You breathing? We good. You know?
It's definitely a no for me, Kamisha. 1,293. I might even delete your Facebook. I didn't want to be affiliated with you. God damn.
That's a lot of work.
It is. Like, what are you doing? You ain't 30 yet.
Meeting these people.
It ain't 30.
Like,
how many days is in a year?
I was about to say, I'm counting.
Jesus Christ. No, but I want somebody, let me see, preference, established.
Retired, hopefully.
Yeah.
Yeah, your preferences suck. You're always
I like them retired.
I
like them retired. With an STS. You retire, get you that Cadillac STS, you done made it.
This nigga. My
I don't have no preferences, man. It's just it's a vibe. So if I feel your vibe, I mean, if I feel you, I don't care what.
That's how I am.
Yeah, I really don't care. But we just can't be looking out the window like, oh, my baby daddy outside. Like, oh, here we go. Like, that's just it. Like,
Keke on the couch is mad as fuck, nigga, dropping his kids off.
It's him again. It's like, yes, it's him again.
That nigga better not come off that goddamn porch, nigga.
oh, damn. She said that was my number. She said that was my number, not mine. That's definitely not my number.
Keke deleting himself off his own Facebook.
Yeah, it's a connection.
I'm big on personality, and I'm big on communication. Like, again, I've said this time and time, and growth is my thing. Like, wanting to be better tomorrow than you are today. And as simple as that sounds, it's a lot of people are okay with mediocrity. A lot of people are okay with we're just making it. You know, a lot of people are okay with just being here. I'm okay about, wanting to know where you want to go to. I'm big on a woman that can always be there. Conflict resolution is something that I always talk about, that relationships don't ever have. Shit's gonna happen. Mm-hmm. Things are gonna come up that you're not gonna like. We're gonna get into an argument. We're gonna get into a fight. How can you resolve that conflict? Do we know how to resolve conflict? Do you know how to apologize? Do you know how to say I'm sorry? Do you know how to admit when you're wrong? Accountability is also something that's big. Like, so when I say I vet, like, I'm vetting. Like,
so are you purposely putting them in situations where they would have to do this to see how they respond?
The crazy thing about it is that accountability is something that pops up every fucking day. Like, you don't have to put someone in a situation to see if they're accountable. You could just listen to someone and see if there's someone that's accountable for situations or if they're not. Mm-hmm. When it comes to growth, you can, your friends that you've met, you're like, this motherfucker is just content being here. And there's friends out there that, okay, they want more than what they have and they're working and they're striving. Right. People that know how to resolve conflict just by talking to them. And the motherfuckers that out there just gossiping and talking shit that don't care, that want to be part of the drama. Like, the shit, it doesn't take long to figure it out, but it takes time, so to speak.
Mm-hmm. It's work.
Yeah, because it's just work.
Yeah.
And like I want to figure all this out before it's like, okay, let's take this next step.
Okay.
I'll date you exclusively, and that's no problem with doing that. But it has to. It just has to be there. And those are just my preferences. I do have physical. I don't like.
You said physical?
Yeah, like we can't sit on the scale and our numbers are the same. Like that's just weird to me. You know, like I don't.
How about the weight?
Yeah, like you know, no.
Man, so that's I don't know because I think people carry weight
Differently.
And again, when I'm talking about it, like I don't want a woman with a DJ Khaled body. That's not what I'm into. You know,
That might be your soulmate. Though.
or Gru.
Your blessing you letting go by. I'm sorry.
I can't. I just look at.
I tried to do it without laughing and I couldn't, dog.
She's just gonna roll out my life then. That's it.
So what happens if she's great and she just needs some inspiration? You caught her in a time where her life where she might need a little motivation to get there.
Nah, well, I can give her that motivation, and when she gets there, and when she gets, but that's the thing though. Like I'm not where everybody that would want to date me. I'm not where I'm at either.
Okay.
And I need working too. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So again, I'm totally okay with not being somebody's what they want, right? Mm-hmm. But you know, it takes time to get there, and
you don't have the time to invest.
No, I don't mind. I have the time. I have the time to invest. I have the time to figure it out. Again, I'm okay with being alone. So if it doesn't work out, then I don't need to, I don't need to make this work because this is, my worth or nothing like that. Like I'm okay with being alone. I just want to be happy. Okay. And I just want to make someone else happy. And I want to be able to go through life. And if I fuck up or if I don't fuck up, I want to know that I have someone to come home to that will hold me and talk to me and tell me that shit's going to get better. Okay. And that'll be there and support me when things aren't always going the greatest. Like, I don't think a woman understands how important that is to know that, for a man to know that if I fuck up, I know I can come home and we can figure this shit out. I don't think a woman really understands how important that is to a dude.
Some women.
Huh?
Yeah.
Some women.
Yeah.
Bro, that I'm happy thing, like, I used to always be like, she made me happy. Like, I make my motherfuckers self happy. Like,
yeah.
Ain't nothing somebody can do that's gonna fuck up what I got going on inside with me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna stay happy regardless.
And that's the thing. Like I'm a very happy person in a sense too. But what
you saying making somebody happy? They should already be happy. Like,
well, before just have fun. I mean, more like having fun with somebody and enjoying life.
Yeah,
and that's what I mean when I say that. But it sucks being like someone that's happy and motherfuckers are sad and just miserable. And it's like, nigga, like you gotta go. Like, and it's like, it's just a bad feeling because it's like it's at the point where like you feel like you're just stunting. Like, like, why are you fucking sad? And like things are gonna happen, and it's just one of those things where like I'm trying to figure out a lot of shit when it comes to my preferences, and my preferences have changed.
They should.
Yeah, and they've changed, and it's not so much on a physical aspect or the vagina skin. It's more on it's on a whole bigger scale.
I mean, you get old, as you get older, like
shit gonna change.
Shit changes, man. Like, shit. It ain't. I gotta have to find this motherfucker. Like, what the fuck? I don't want the headache. Like,
man,
it don't even gotta be like. It's really a vibe. Like, if you connect with somebody, like, you know what I'm saying. Like, you know, you don't have to. If y'all connect, then I'm sure y'all can work.
Yes. On
whatever it is y'all going through, y'all can work that shit together.
I mean, you would figure that. There was this I was looking on TikTok, and this is one of the videos I would have played back, and if I could find it, I'll still play it and talk about it. But it was a video, and this guy made some fucking very valid points. And he was talking about, the first picture was DJ Khaled running around with his shirt off, right? Mm-hmm. And it's like, DJ Khaled, he has no shame about his body. He walks around no shirt, flabby, don't give a F, right? And he's a joke. He's a joke. His way his body is a joke. He even makes jokes about it, right? we laugh at it, right? It's funny, right? Then they had a picture of Lizzo, right? If you say something wrong, negative about Lizzo and how she looks in her body, like you're a horrible man, you're body shaming women, and you're doing this, and it's like you can't talk about her body like that, even though her body, the way she presents it at times, is not the most appealing look out there.
Okay.
But it's like if we say something about it, like we're assholes and jerks. And then he had a picture of Rihanna, and she had an outfit at some event to where it was like a complete see-through outfit, breasts sitting right, nipples fat, and you can literally see through the outfit. And it's like women like, she's powerful, she's bold for wearing that. That's a statement. But then right when the dude was like, man, she look bad, she's gorgeous. Oh, you can't be looking at women like that. You're misogynistic and you just, viewing her body as a piece of meat, blah, blah, blah. And then they had a picture of Michael B. Jordan with his shirt off. Women like, oh my gosh, look at Michael B. He got his shirt off, looking all sexy. I prefer to see him without his shirt. If you ever does an interview, just take your shirt off, Michael B. That's how I want to see you. It's crazy how the double standards exist.
Okay.
Helicopters flying outside.
Yeah, that, right?
I'm getting a little nervous.
Where we at? I'm not familiar with this area. Yeah.
Madison, what it used to be.
Shit.
I'm not familiar with this area.
But yeah, so it's crazy because that's the double standards that exist.
So I agree with you 110%. I honestly don't feel like there should be any space. Like if you feel comfortable with your body, regardless to what it look like it shouldn't matter what everybody else thinks.
Most of the people that are comfortable with their bodies aren't the ones that are complaining about what people say about it.
And so that's, to me, is where it comes into like, am I going to pay attention to somebody that's not comfortable in their own skin and worrying about whether somebody else cares? Like, nah, like I'm not, like what you're doing don't make me nothing because you're not comfortable in your own skin. When is the last time you stood in front of a mirror and looked at your own body with reverence?
Yeah.
Like if you can't do that, then you shouldn't be out here championing for somebody else.
If you can't praise what you got.
Yeah. And most of them can't. It's like, I'm doing this for somebody else because I wish somebody would do it for me. And that's the factor.
Be in that mirror like, oh my God, man, jeez. And look in the mirror like, oh man, come on, okay.
They don't want to take them angles.
Old, though. Look, I be trying to talk like you getting old.
Seriously though, like that's the thing. Like for a lot of women, like we look in the mirror and we don't see what we would love to see, or we don't see what other people see.
Most men look in the mirror and we see what we don't want to see neither.
Absolutely, I believe it. I believe it, but what I do know is for the longest period of time, like what people saw on TV, what we've seen in magazines, it was a man having, it was kind of almost similar to like if you go over to other countries and it was like the bigger the woman, like if you go to the Caribbean, bigger women are revered.
They got money.
They got money. They can eat. The skinny chicks is not getting no love.
Bitches broke.
Yeah.
No money.
That's
come over there, she look hungry.
That is such a fact. Like if you don't look like a stripper and you're not a thick chick, no love. They be like, nah, you can't do nothing for me. You can't cook. You can't even
go eat the hamburger.
What you be eating at home?
And I feel like on the other end of it, we have honestly aspired to a whiteism where it's like the bigger the man, the more he can provide for his family, because ain't no skinny dudes feeding their families, because where you getting all this weight from? Yeah. So I feel like for a while society is like, yo, big dudes is okay. Like, and especially if it's like, yeah, I'm providing for my family, like I'm big, I'm on the beach. Have you ever seen white people on the beach?
Comfortable.
In any form. And them Speedos be looking like they be cutting off their thigh circulation, like their legs just gonna go purple. And
no cheeks in a bikini.
And no shame.
Comfortable. Men and women. Comfortable.
And women.
But again, that's also with the, I don't want to say white privilege, but when you're like, you have that, white people have a different confidence than most other people in this country.
But if
around
you look
the world,
at the women, like the bigger women only are more comfortable when they're in their older stages of their relationship. They get bigger and they don't care. But when they're younger, they're doing everything to stay in the gym. They eating lettuce meals.
No, they're working
out. All of this in order to keep the man that they have, even if he looked like he just got beached on like a beach boy.
You see this more in your neighborhood, and I know you do where you're at. You'll see early in the morning going to work, you see a bunch of white women, strollers, walking. It'd be cold outside, babies out there every morning, the whole group.
Nose purpler than
purple.
Yeah. No, over there where she's at, that's whole area. Stone Oak, same thing. Just working, but they're riding bikes. They have their own bike lanes and riding bikes and stuff. Go to the east side, go somewhere, you'll never see that. Niggas are not waking up early in the morning to go walk. They just barely get home from the club. Fuck you going walking. And it's I think that's more of a cultural thing, how black people, not black people, but urban areas, how they don't care about their health and their appearance as much as they should. And it's not to be beautiful, it's to be healthy.
Yeah.
And I think that's a whole nother conversation. That's my stigma when it comes to, like, not all fat people. Fat people, it's like, you know, again, there's always other issues and why people are big. It's not just always a health thing, but it's a health concern to me. And our lifestyles when it comes to that is not going to match.
Yeah, no, I think as I always go with people of color in general. Like, we are doing a lot of
people of color or black people?
People of color,
okay.
Period. Like,
makes sense.
Because it runs the line of blacks, Hispanics, you know, even some Asians, if they are not keeping up with, you know, cultural where you got to be skinny or you got to be this or whatever. Like,
the Mexicans eat tortilla chips and salsa as comfort food all day.
Listen, but we eat for comfort.
Can I get an extra thing of queso? Yeah, I get it. Yeah,
we do. We eat for comfort. We eat for healing, and it doesn't necessarily work in our favor because the stuff that we eat for comfort and healing
be some bullshit.
Is bad for us.
Let me get a Snicker Blizzard.
What?
A large.
I had a bad day. Yup.
A large.
Yeah.
That'd be $8. Like, you could have went and got some ice cream.
2 cups, two gallons of goddamn blueberry.
40 cars at Dairy Queen for a blizzard because you had a bad day.
Listen. It's a thing.
Nah, it's just crazy, man. I just don't like the double standard, man. And it's all about confidence. And what you said makes sense. You're lobbying for someone the same way you want them to lobby for you. And it's like, man, just fucking do better, man, and get your shit together. And I guess, is that hard to say? Is that bad to say?
Get your shit together?
Yeah, no.
No, not really. Because I think it comes with accountability. Like, just say I need help. Sometimes, like, there's nothing.
That's the hardest thing to say.
Yeah, and it's okay. Like, and it don't make you a bad person. It don't make you a failure. Like, when I was talking at the mixer about success, it's like, yo, stop looking at somebody else's grass.
Yeah.
Like, don't do that. Like, because you're always going to be window shopping for something that you don't know what they did to get there.
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah, she's eating lettuce sandwiches. She ain't happy. She hungry.
You don't even know if the shit is real. You be looking at people shit on social media, like you getting depressed about some shit. And you don't even know if they could be living like Will and Jada, man. Like,
you had 8 body surgeries and shit.
Like, it ain't all that's cracked out to be. You know what I'm saying? Like, please.
Shit, sometimes it is exactly what it cracked out.
Exactly.
And that shit looks fun. And that shit looks awesome. I need to get my shit together. But that should be more motivation to do better as opposed to, you know, you like, and we'll talk about success later, but you know, it's just an aspiration, and that's my thing when it comes to mediocrity and growth. A lot of people are just content with being where they're at. I was in Virginia. My mom lives in Virginia, and you know, number of black folks in the area. She was in Woodbridge, and in the morning, it looked just like Stone Oak, but it's nothing but black people walking, jogging after work, 5 o'clock, walking and jogging, and it's a difference out there. But again, you know, I don't think people really understand how segregated Texas is. I've been to New York. Like, I've been to Queens. I've been all over New York for like months and months, right?
Everything everywhere.
It is not segregated at all. Like, you may be segregated by a block, so to speak. But as far as like everyone lives with everybody. I was in Boston.
That's just very segregated.
Boston's very white.
Yes.
Boston, downtown Boston is very right. Nothing but everybody else all over. East Boston, you ever heard of East Boston? It's a thing. Across the bridge. It is everything over there. It's just like New York in a sense. It has like the Jamaicans on this block and da-da-da-da. But the thing is that the South, we're very segregated. And most people that don't leave the South don't realize that. So it's a different environment on different sides of town. In Virginia, everyone is everywhere. And it's a lot of black people. And it's kind of cool to see that they're also walking and working out in the mornings. So it's not just a white or black thing.
But what are they exposed to? I feel like the more
Black
that you are
excellence.
exposed,
Different type of lifestyle than we are out here.
do they have a lot of transporters, the people that are coming and bringing in different aspects?
I can answer that because I was just visiting my mother for about 2 weeks, and that's just what I saw. The reason isn't to why and where they're from. I can answer that question educatedly.
Everywhere.
Yeah, okay. She used to live out there.
Yeah, because for me, like, okay, so if you take a place that where people are not doing a lot of moving around or doing a lot of exploring to see, then they don't have exposure to what's possible. All they know is I lived in the same apartment as my grandmama, and she willed it to me her Section 8 joint, and so we just. Everybody is living and staying in the same spot, and nobody is moving past that. So what are you exposed to?
Yeah, but out there in that area, it's all government entities.
Yeah. Now that actually makes sense because as you say that, San Antonio traditionally is a generational place. People that are here have been here. People's families who have here. Shit, we've been off of Commerce for the last 3 different families.
Like, where these families gonna be here.
Like my mama lived right down the street around the corner. Like most people, if they move out of the east side, they move to Foster, nigga. Like
So Foster.
Foster Road, nigga. And that's moving out of the east side. That's 4 exits away.
But it's
you know what I mean? So I get that, and that does also make sense how they're doing what they've taught. And in an area like that, it's not that the black people are different. It's just that they've been exposed to difference, and they're bringing the good sides they see of other places
to there,
back to where they're at.
Absolutely,
growing their own community. I think you're on. You might be onto something.
Listen, it's a thing.
You might be onto something. That's actually dope. I wish we would do that as a community here. I've never been a fan of the San Antonio lifestyle. I've never been a fan of San Antonio because I've always thought it's a mediocrity place. Town. It's San Antonio accepts mediocrity. San Antonio, you understand? San Antonio, the city of San Antonio, is the place where people come to make it. Like this has made it to some people. You go to the Valley and all those, in the Valley, those cities in the Valley, McAllen, blah 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 blah, whatever. They aspire to one day move and live in San Antonio. This is their made it.
Yes.
But
think about that. Like San Antonio affords you the opportunity for relatively not a lot of money to give you a lot of returns.
So, yeah. I would never want to leave here because of that. I've traveled places. I've seen what rent looks like in San Francisco and what you get out of it. Shit's not dope.
Get a box.
Shit is not dope. But again, like it makes sense. Like I think people here in like this is the place you go to make it. And then when you look at the people that are migrating here, they're migrating from places that have had nothing, so to speak. So it's like, the make it here is, But now you have other places like the Dallases, the Houstons, the Atlantas, the Virginias, the San Franciscos, the Phoenixes.
Where you go there and you're like, oh my God, what am I been missing?
Everyone is thriving out there. So the competition is different. It's not about just making it. It's about earning it. And it's about working for it and not working for it. It is like, it is it. It is a lifestyle. It is a social everything.
Yes.
And so it's different when it comes out. So just on a simple conversation of walking, I see where you're coming from, and it makes a lot of sense.
Like, where am I walking to?
Yeah.
I might walk to the laundromat. I might walk to the bodega. I mean, y'all don't have bodegas out here, but yeah, like
that's real New York. Dead ass.
It is
a bodega.
A bodega. Yeah.
The fuck is a bodega? That's Spanish.
Subway, right?
It is
Subway.
No, not at all.
But yeah, so I mean, and I don't know, man. Like San Antonio, like shit. What are we doing? And I'm not saying this is shit on San Antonio, as I'm shitting on San Antonio. But I'm just saying, man, like, I don't know. It's just a conversation. Again, have no idea how we got here. Do you think, and this is me, the worst segue ever, is just that I kind of want to talk about this while we have our sex expert. So let's speak about, to our sex coach and expert. Let's talk about kids. That was a horrible segue. By the
It's
way.
all right. I get it. I'm trying to see where we're going.
So children
Yes.
exist, all right? And I'm saying this like we understand how we raise children. We understand, hey, it's your mama's birthday. Make sure you go in and tell your mama happy birthday. Hey, it's Mother's Day. What'd you get your mama from school? What'd y'all do? Make sure you ask something for your mama, right? As we sit here and raise our kids and how to love and care for mom, do you think we do that same flip for dads?
I personally make sure that my children do that for their dad.
And you're intentional about it.
Absolutely.
For a reason.
Yeah.
Which is?
I feel like fathers are not necessarily given their due.
So you understand that it's something that is not done.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
You can look at Father's Day and see that that's not a thing. Like,
I think school should end on the 17th. Mothers, they make all kind of shit for moms. Mothers come home with all kind of Father's Day.
so
some
what I
draws.
will
All
say
them damn
is,
draws.
yeah. So I agree with that. But what I will say is, if you look at it, and maybe it's a society thing, but for the most part, men are taught to be providers, protectors, and what comes with that is sometimes a lack of the nurturing, being present in things that the schools are like, oh, let's make something for mom. Because a lot of the moms are in the PTAs. They're there. They're participating and stuff. Oh, we're going to the book fair. Oh, we're going to go participate in a little play. And maybe dad couldn't make it.
Yeah.
So, where men will probably get slighted because they're not as present. Like if you're not present because you might be working, your kids might be like, oh, dad was always gone. Not necessarily knowing he might have been providing.
Working. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So presence matters. And for me, I feel like my children should know that this is a two-family household, and your dad should be loved and respected just as much as you see me. It should be a given.
Do you think the love and respect it should be, or do you think that when people do show it, do you think they show it differently as opposed to not showing it at all?
They definitely show it differently. They show it in a way like my children are very hands-on, very clingy, very touchy-feely with me. But with my son in particular, his way of showing love to his dad is to play fight. Yeah. Like, and that for him is like, oh my God, I'm with my dude. We could play fight. I can be a boy. Yeah. And he's not gonna do that with me, but he'll be like, Mom, do you think you can make me some cucumbers? And it's like, so you have to know what those things mean. He's not gonna be as soft and as mushy with his dad, but because that's not the side of him that he wants to express to him, but it's no less love.
I have two totally different kids. I have a group of kids that's how they are with me, and I have a group of kids when they're with their mom.
Yes.
I have very tough, independent kids when they're with me.
Okay.
To the point to where they're not whining and crying about stuff. How they want to do stuff on their own. How they want to. They were hungry one day, and I had planned to cook like tacos and a bunch of other shit. And I think I fell asleep. I woke up. It was breakfast. I woke up and breakfast was cooked. Like, I mean, it was like eggs, bacon. Like, it was all cooked. And I was like impressed. I was like, wow. And we cook all the time. I teach them how to cook. So it's a thing. But it's crazy because it's like they're so stronger and more independent when they're with me. Of course, we do the soft shit. Watch movies, cuddle on the couch, give them kisses, all that stuff. So I play both sides. But I say that because I noticed that as well. How they look for my love differently, and they show me love differently than they show their mom. And just because they're not showing me the sweet stuff that I may want to see, it doesn't mean they're not showing me love. And as a dad, I have to notice it. So sometimes when we have these conversations, our children our children taught to love a man the way that they should. I think they are, but it just looks differently.
I don't think a lot of children look at just instinctually just because of the way things that work. I don't think they look at their male figures as being sensitive. Like, so them being independent is them showing you like something for you to be proud of. Yes. Like, I think if you were, if that softer side of you was a little bit more prevalent, like it's like, you know, like this is something that I think is cool, they will definitely gravitate towards that as well. You know, but they look at it as like, okay, that's dad. He's gonna like me being independent and not waiting for him. And he's gonna love that part of me because I'm growing. Yeah. Where mom will be like, oh, let me you want to make cupcakes? you know, let me show you that I love you. Yeah. You know, it's like, okay, cool. I could be a little bit softer with her because she's not gonna be like, oh, you couldn't do this on your own.
But it's and again, me making this a personal conversation about my situation. I'm very soft with them.
Mm-hmm. Okay, do they feel like you're very soft with them?
Oh, I'm very soft with them. The only difference is that I'm also very hard on them too.
Okay.
So it's like when you're soft and also hard and tough, it's kind of like that tough is always going to reign supreme.
Absolutely.
So it's not so I understand why they are more independent because like daddy can be caring, but that's fucking daddy.
Yeah, daddy gonna hold you to it.
You know what I mean? So, and I just say that not to say that I don't do them both. I just understand that one is always gonna outshine the other. Where their mom, she's a mom. She's never gonna be. She's very soft because she's a mom, but then on top of that, when she is being her, that's mom with an attitude. It's not her being like, you know, it's mom just had a bad day or mommy's yelling at us because mommy's mad. It's not her being.
That's not who she is.
Exactly. It's out of character for her.
That's a moment.
So exactly. It's not. And so I understand it. I don't like it.
Okay.
And I guess that's where it comes in as me a parent to teach them that, you know, even though my daughter literally 9 months ago to the day almost, she gave me a kiss on my cheek before she went to bed. Not me giving her a kiss. She came up and gave me a random ass kiss on my cheek. I don't think you understand how fucking dope that shit felt to me. I fucking loved it.
Okay.
Her little lips,
but it meant a lot to you because you knew exactly 9 months ago that it happened.
Her little lips kissing my cheek and then going to bed.
Okay.
It was so sweet. You know what I mean? And I don't want to say nothing about it because as much as I want her to give me a kiss on my cheek before she goes to bed every fucking night.
You don't want it to be weird for her?
I don't want it to be weird. Exactly.
So this goes back to what we were talking about earlier with being perfect parents. Like there's nothing wrong with telling your child like, yo, that meant a lot to me. Because she's going to want to give you more of what meant a lot to you.
That makes sense. I guess I just feel like I don't want to make it feel like she has to every night. You know what I mean?
So you're not saying she has to, but it's important to let your kids know what matters to you.
I ain't gonna lie, I was fucking up. I was like when she, I was like her little lip. Oh.
Yeah, you should tell her. You should tell your children that, period. Like, listen, like, you know, your affection means a lot to me.
It was like she tucked me in.
Yeah.
Like it was weird. Like, I loved it.
Go ahead, Dad. Go.
It's okay now. Go. You know what I mean? And then like there's times where like I fell asleep and I wake up on the couch and I wake up and I have a blanket on me. It's like, fuck, like, yeah. Like just something as stupid and simple as that. It's like, this is stupid. Fucking dope. Like, and it's, I don't know, man. Like maybe I should tell them. Not maybe. I'll tell them.
Because this is where it all comes in with, because it comes cyclical. You tell your daughters, hey, listen, this meant a lot to me, and I want you to know that I appreciate you did that. Guess what? They take that to their relationships, and they know that it's important to show your partner that you care about them, that is nurturing. And then guess what? They teach it to their sons. This is how this happens. It doesn't happen on accident. It happens on purpose.
I guess that's the answer, isn't to, you know, do we teach our kids how to love men? Answers, we really don't.
No.
And the solution, I guess, would be what you just said.
Be intentional about it.
Yeah, it was dope. I really liked. You
can tell.
Yeah, no, it was dope. Yeah. Have you ever had that from your daughter, like to
every
where
night, man.
For real?
Yeah.
She kisses you every night?
Every night.
Yeah, you bastard.
Like she's in 7th grade. Like this year, Like it be weird to people because like we'd be at cheer practice or something like. She already be at practice. I get off work. I get there. She run up to me, kiss, but she used to kiss me on my lip. Be like, you kiss your daughter on the lip? Like, I mean, I'm not tongue kissing her. You know what I'm saying?
All the
like,
fucking time.
It's weird. They be like, it's weird. It's like, how old is kind? Like, she's 12. Like, you still kissing on the lip. Like, now I kiss on the forehead though, just because.
But you don't want to make it weird for everybody else.
Yeah, like people be like, it's like I'm not having sex with her. You know what I'm saying? Like they just like, yeah, you kiss her. Like, do you even show your daughter you love her? Like,
Yeah, nigga.
like.
I kiss my daughters on the lips too, and it's crazy because even now to this day, they kiss me before, like in school in front of everyone. They'll give me hugs and kisses in front of everyone.
You shouldn't be sexualizing kids.
Thank you.
But
parent.
No, but the thing is, like, they allow it, right? And I kind of like tricked them because I'm like,
Tricked them.
no, because I always like make fun of parents that don't give their kids kisses, and I be like, that parent doesn't love their fucking kids. Look at that shit. Like, that's horrible. Like what? Like I bet that kid gets no fucking love at home. Like,
No Christmas present.
nothing. Like, that's a horrible ass mom. How do you not kiss your kid? And the kids are walking off and not wanting hugs from their parents.
And they're looking sad.
Like, look at this shit. Like, I bet they're eating fucking tofu tonight. And like, I always like say shit like that because I don't want them to think. I want them to understand that showing a love and affection to your parent, at least, is not dumb and it's not immature and it's not like nasty. Like, I'm too big for that. You're never too big for it. And so I kind of make fun of the other kids that don't get that so they could want it. And it's you know, I'm not gonna lie. I lie to my kids to raise them.
You should.
I lie the fuck out of my kids. Like, when they find out, I just gave my daughter $5 from the Tooth Fairy. That wasn't for me. And she just found it under her pillow like 2 days after I gave it to her.
Let's tell you my tooth fairy story, man. When I fucked up, left the money and the tooth. She like, oh look, I'm like, oh, it ain't real. I fucked up. I fucked up. They're like, how the fuck you leave the tooth in the bed? I'm tired as hell. You know what I'm saying? Like, I had to put the money up under the pillow. Like, she was like, the tooth still here, and I got money. I'm like, oh my goodness.
You just gotta give another $5.
Stupid
bro.
ass fairy. Look at here, Kyla, man. You can't lose no more teeth, man. Cause
That was your one. That was it.
I fucked up.
I can say I fucked up.
I fucked up bad.
I fucked up bad.
Yeah, I just ruined your little childhood.
I lied to him. Santa Claus is still real.
Yo, there's nothing wrong with that.
Cookies, and I eat the cookie, and I spill. My daughter
Maybe because I was raised like.
my daughter tell you I spill the milk as I drink it, and I spill the milk on the floor, and I have a little bit of the cookie there. Like, nigga, they're gonna get that this year, and they're about to be 13, 12.
That's what my mom. Cause my mom told us we was young and fuck that. I worked too hard. I had the same attitude. And fuck that. I worked too hard. I bought this. Like,
No, so you know what? For me, I don't feel like it has to be an either or. I feel like children should be able to wonder.
yeah.
I think they
just
should
too late
look
for
at
mine.
things that are bigger than them, bigger than their parents.
They have 2 lists. They ask me for shit.
And then
They
they,
ask Santa for shit. They ask me for the cheap shit. They ask Santa for the expensive shit. Don't ask me for that shit. I get this. So it's like, and a lot of people don't agree with that. I lie to them all the time. I
people
tell them
don't agree with that because they want children to
not be
honor what they did.
It's very
want,
selfish.
they want a whole
Yeah.
bunch of credit. But like, bro, like you had these kids. Like, why you need all this fucking honor? Like,
what
you
more
did it.
validation do you need that you're their
Yeah.
They love you. Like
Santa.
Fuck that whole ass nigga. He ain't coming to the hood.
It's
Fuck a
me.
white man over there dropping off gifts in the hood.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you what. You believe in that, motherfucker? Let's see what happened
Let's
on
see
the
what
25th.
happened. Yeah.
Let's see what happened when you wake up in the morning.
how you gonna threaten your kids? How you take away innocence?
Matter of fact, I'm gonna wait up with you. Let's see him come down to the motherfucker.
let's see
Look.
what happened.
Both of y'all drinking coffee in the motherfucker.
You might well eat them cookies.
Wake up! Don't fall asleep.
You might well eat them cookies.
Wake up, little low, nigga.
It's gonna be hard as hell by the time Santa get to them.
Yeah, like, why would you do that?
You're gonna have to bake them all
Oh,
over again.
Hell no! Like, why
Ain't
would
nobody
you do
eating that. Ain't nobody eating that.
It's us.
Ain't nobody
It's
coming to
me
eat that.
and it's you. Like, no, that's terrible.
Nah, I think it is. Like I said, I we see homeless people on the street and be like, if you don't get your grades right, that's gonna be you. Like,
Terrible.
That's the conversation I have, you know, and we know, homelessness is not caused by not doing good grades.
Some people just want to be homeless.
That is
And
true.
Straight they students out there. That fuck, I'm done. Like just give up. I'm
I
done.
don't want to do
But they
nothing.
don't know that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, and they always say, like, I better do my homework or you're going to be homeless, Nezzy. Like, that's what she'll say. And
go to bed, like, hold on, 13 square root.
You know, they're out there giving themselves an aneurysm because they can't get it.
Hurt like
but you're going to have a house, okay? Yeah, it's going to be hurting, but you're going to have shelter. But I don't know, man. Like, I don't get how people, again, it's your thing. Do what you want to do. But I lie to my kids often.
Good parents do.
Like often. And like, it's funny, the conversations we're going to have when they get older. And then, I think when they get older, they'll understand why we've lied to them about sin and stuff like that.
I really feel like good parents do, because there's some things that kids just don't need to know. Like, it's not in their time or their space to know real grown people shit.
Like, I'm trying to think of some of the, I'm not going to continue it, but
why do you look so
I can guarantee you there's.
She stood up and was like, I was like, what the hell? She grew like 4
I guarantee there's like some very bizarre lies that I've told my kids outside of that.
Oh boy.
That me and their mom are happy. I love their mom. Like, oh,
don't
that's
say that.
Hugest lie.
Don't say that on here.
No, it is. We have our shit.
Nope.
We're getting better though. I mean, we have our moments. We have our moments.
Oh, why would you?
Me and their mom had a really bad relationship.
Okay.
And we have our moments where it's good and bad, and she knows. I joke with her about it all the time. But I always say me and her need to do better.
Okay.
But like the kids, and they know we do shit. I played this one song. This is the last thing I'm gonna say. There's this one song that I play on the radio. It's by Eminem. It's called Puke, and it says you don't know how sick you make me. You make me fucking sick to my stomach. Every time I think of you, I puke. That's how the chorus goes.
You're playing that?
It's just a song I play, just on Eminem. It just goes on shuffle.
But it meant something to you.
No. It was just playing.
Oh.
Right? It just came up on the song and would play. And then they're like, that song makes me think of you and Mom.
Oh, my God.
Wow. Yeah. That says a lot. There's a lot going on.
My God. They know too much.
Yeah, it makes you think of you.
Oh, they
and
know
Mom.
way too much.
But it's so funny. And like, that's our favorite song. Me and the kids listen to that song all the time. Every time it comes on, we jam out to it.
Yeah.
I wonder what song the mama playing.
Oh,
But like I said, and that just shows how much the kids really see. Mm-hmm. Like, you know what I mean? They
can't hide nothing from no kid.
Yeah.
They know it all.
And I've had arguments with their mom in front of their mom. And again, that's something that I shouldn't do. I wish I wouldn't have done it. You know what I mean? But like when you're in the moment and she's talking shit and it's like, shit has happened, it happens. But again, it's to the point where I've actually talked to them and explained, let them know that, this argument we had nothing to do with y'all. Mm-hmm. It was all me. It was all your mom. And, don't pick sides. We both fucking love you. So it's like they understand the concept.
It's the recovery from that.
Yeah. I don't, everyone's like, you don't do this in front of kids because they're going to grow up with this. No, they're not. Like fucking teach your kids and let them understand life happens and it has nothing to do with what it has nothing to do with, and move the fuck on. Not everyone has a complex from every fucking thing. It's unresolved issues that people have conflicts with, not just because shit happened. Because again, we don't have to be perfect.
No.
What is success? You're a fucking sex coach. What is success to you?
Success is ever changing, and for me, success is what level I'm at that day and at that moment. It's gonna always change. Like some days it's a good day and I'm excelling at everything, and some days it's just getting out of the bed. I think when you stick to a hard, fast thing, you set yourself up for failure. I think you should have goals, but your levels of success should waver based on what you have to give at that moment. Amen.
What is success to you, Kay?
I think once your family members start asking you for shit, you officially made it when you the one.
So I can't believe that, because there's a lot of people that think when I was in the military, they thought we made a whole lot of money and you don't. And so they thinking you out here killing it.
Yeah.
No.
And I get to asking for shit. Like, here we go. He think I made it. Look, I didn't.
I didn't. Success to me is no roast beef. That's my.
It's what?
Shut your mouth.
Wait, what?
No roast beef.
No roast beef.
I'm joking.
Listen, I already told you I'm highly successful. I don't care about what you talk about. No damn roast beef. Like, food is food.
Success.
Eat.
Success. Eat.
Shut up and eat.
She was trying to feed everybody.
Hell no.
Success is. I kind of agree to what you say. Success is always subjective, and success in different aspects should all be measured by just different things. Success is happiness. If you look at yourself in the mirror every morning when you get up, I think that's successful. It's not how you make it, it's what you can live with. And I think that's successful. I don't think money makes you successful. I think knowledge makes you successful. And I think a lot of people acquire cash, but don't acquire skills and or knowledge. And I think those are the dumb people out there. A lot of people, like with OnlyFans. OnlyFans is only going to be around for as long as OnlyFans is going to be around. And one day, you're not going to look as you so look. And one day, Kim Kardashian is not going to be that next bit. Is going to be like the old one on the block. Mm-hmm. And again, Kim Kardashian is very successful outside of her looks. But there's a lot of people out there that aren't. And once all that shit dries up, then what?
Yeah. Gotta have a plan B.
And that Black Panther mask look weird as shit on that female shirt.
That would scare the hell out of me if I just came around. Yeah.
But that's how I look at success when it comes about, and it's about the skills you acquire, the knowledge that you gain, and then the people you help along the way.
Yes, weird.
And if you're not about those things, again, to me, I don't look at you as a successful person, but that's just me. Once again, Socially Responsible episode. Bloop, 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 bloop. I am Damien, aka Maverick, the Devil's Advocate.
I am KK,
and I'm Shakia, the Experience Maker.
And you are
Miss
Cole.
There you go. Thank y'all for tuning in to the B-side of our show. We'll see y'all.
Adrian, what's up? Mozilla, what's up?
Sometime next week. We out. Peace.